What's up, guys? It's your boy Cam, and I am here with another video. Let's get into it. It's been a while. I haven't recorded in about 2 weeks, so I'm really excited. We got something special coming up, and we changed our product settings from Wrestling Nirvana to No Style. So that means that whatever style the wrestlers are best suited for, that's the style that they will be rated on. So I think the individual performances should be better. So we'll see what happens. This is going to be my first time seeing it, and it's been a while since I recorded. So let's get into it. So I'm doing something different. I really don't use my pre-shows. I really just use my B-shows, but I want to see if the pre-shows really have an effect on the wrestlers' popularity. And this would be a good time to use some of the wrestlers that didn't have a chance to make it onto the show. So Cameron Grimes comes out in the pre-show and says if Trish won't give him time, he's just going to buy it. And Cam throws $100 bills all in the crowd, and the fans are happy about this because, you know, free money. And Cameron Grimes says he's giving a lucky competitor $100,000 if they could last 10 minutes in the ring with him. Desmond Choi from FSW answers the call. So I changed Denzel Desjardins' name to Desmond Choi. I like that name a lot better than Denzel Desjardins. So let's see if Desmond Choi can get $100,000. And sadly, he could not. Oh my gosh. No Styles already doing wonders. So an extremely short pre-show match. Cameron Grimes defeated Desmond Choi at 3:57 by submission. Cameron Grimes 53, Desmond Choi 38. They have great chemistry, so that's good to know for future references. But Cameron Grimes normally gets about 40 because he has cold momentum and his popularity is around 37. So him getting 53 is amazing. So that gives me hopes for what happens with other wrestlers. 52. And about that, in the pre-show about that, had D-Stretch from the crowd with So Far Wrestling. Bobby Fish defeated Zachary Cooper in 7:08 by pinfall with the moonsault. This is just a match to give Bobby Fish some momentum. Zachary Cooper is somebody that's in developmental. He has some decent stats, so I said, matter of fact, I'll sign him. But I felt like I haven't given Bobby Fish enough time. Even though the Balor Club is one of the most important parts in the company, I feel like I really haven't focused on Bobby Fish. So giving him this win is going to be pretty good. But we officially kick off the show with the 95. Couldn't ask for a better one myself. So Dakota Kai with Raquel in the background and Charlotte Flair have a contract signing for the match at TakeOver. Dakota says she's going to enjoy kicking that smirk off Charlotte's head. And Dakota says this is the biggest match of her career because she's facing the great Charlotte Flair. Dakota says she'll give it her all because beating Charlotte Flair is a good start on her way to the top and cement her legacy in the history books as one of the very few people to actually beat Charlotte in NXT. Charlotte grins and says, "Oh honey, tell yourself whatever you want. At TakeOver, your shoulders are going to hit the mat 1, 2, 3. She says bring Raquel with you too because she's not going to be able to help you. Charlotte signs the contract and woos up the entranceway. So we got a little contract signing, a good way to kick off the show. Charlotte Flair, Dakota Kai. This feud is reaching its boiling point, and we'll see what happens when we get to TakeOver. But 95, great. Tommaso Ciampa makes his entrance for his match against EJ before EJ Nunca. Before the bell could ring, Ciampa jumps EJ from behind and tells the ref to ring the bell. Ciampa tells Thatcher that this is for him, and Ciampa lays in a stiff knee to Nunca as the bell rings. So Ciampa getting a little sneaky with his attack against EJ Nunca, and Ciampa is just showing that he's a tough and psychotic person actually. And he's telling Timothy that you better watch out because this is going to be you in a few weeks' time. 63. In a decent match, Tommaso Ciampa defeated EJ Nunca in 8:06 by pinfall at the Project Ciampa 74, loving the rating. EJ with a great 39. 67. So David talks about how he almost quit wrestling a few years ago because the injuries started to pile up. He was going to hang it up until Eddie called him. Eddie reminded him that they are better together than they were apart. They let the past be the past. Whatever squabbles, whatever petty rivalry that they had, they put it on ice because they wanted to get back to do what they do best, and that's wrestle. Eddie says it was grit and hard work that got them from where they used to be to where they we're at now, and that's winning the Dusty Classic. It'll be the same thing for them when they beat MSK. Eddie says Dez and Zach are good, but they don't have the mental toughness like they do. Eddie says they don't hate MSK, but they want to see if they deserve to be called up. If they deserve to be called up, they deserve to be called up-and-coming prospects in their tag division. So we get a little bit more into the Hunters and their mindsets and what's been going on with them and why they've been not having an issue with MSK, but they want MSK to prove themselves. They beat Motor City Machine Guns, but the Hunters want to say that we don't think you're mentally tough enough to beat them and mentally tough enough to be the quote-unquote hottest team in the tag division. So we'll see what happens between the Hunters and MSK. The Hunters get some depth, get some character depth, especially for David Richards, because in real life he's on the fence retiring, and he's coming back in a few months' time. But yeah, just playing on to that aspect and how they almost retired, but they back in NXT because they want to get back to what they do best, and that's wrestle. 44. Okay, and about to had decent reactions from the crowd, but terrible wrestling. Shotzi Blackheart defeated Azumi by 10-21 by pinfall of the Fright Night. Shotzi 39, Azumi 42. 70. So Bronson Reed says for a year now, he's been climbing the ranks in NXT, and now he's going to be at the top of his game. Reed said this is going to be a colossal year for the Ozilla. Everyone better watch out, including the NXT World Heavyweight Champion, Chad Gable. But on the PA system, we hear, well, it's the Big Show. Bad Big Show impression, but the Big Show surprisingly comes out and the crowd is shocked. But Bronson Reed doesn't look too amused. Big Show is here in NXT. Big Show takes in the warm reception and he says it's nice to be here in the black and gold brand. He says he came here because he wasn't appreciated back at Stanford, because they didn't think he had more gas left in the tank. But he thinks he has one more run in him. He's also here to help the next generation of superstars, some of the best superstars in the world here in the locker room, the NXT division. He says he's been watching Bronson Reed and that Bronson impresses him. Big Show says that he sees a lot of himself in Bronson. And Bronson, comes up with a little witty comeback and he tells Big Show. Okay. And he tells Big Show, see, I'm not here to be like you. I want to be better than you. So Reed walks off and leaves, but Big Show doesn't pay too much mind to what Bronson just did, and he waves to the crowd and says that he's here for the long term. So I remember what I said back when the series started, that there's going to be some new wave of signings coming, and Big Show was not the person I had in mind when I said that. Some other people are signed, and they will be debuting soon. I promise, I'll tell you that they will be debuting soon. But Big Show's contract was coming up, and WWE didn't re-sign him. So I said, let me see what I can do. And I know some people might have an issue with this, like, oh, you bringing in old-timers, part-timers, people that's going to steal spotlight from the new generation. No, that wasn't my mindset when bringing Big Show in. I wanted the Big Show to do what he exactly said in his promo. He wants to be here to help the next generation of superstars. He's not going to be on commentary like he was in AEW. He's going to be in the ring. I want him just to be exclusively as a manager, but he's going to be an occasional wrestler. So he's going to be in the ring a little bit more than he would be in AEW. But he's not here to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Spoilers for whoever thought that was going to happen. But the Big Show's here to help the next generation. And it seems like he has his eyes set on possibly helping Bronson Reed. I don't know. It seems like Bronson isn't too accepting of that. But the Big Show is here in NXT. 62. And the bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Bianca Belair defeated Mia Yim in 14:54 by pinfall of the KOD. During the match, you also had Deonna Purrazzo distract Mia Yim. Bianca Belair 69, Mia Yim 49. 71, okay, I like that. So Deonna costs Mia Yim the match, and she throws Mia aside, and then she locks Bianca Belair in the Fujiwara armbar. She releases the hold, and then she grabs the NXT Intercontinental Championship. She glares at it, stares at it, and then she sets it down on Bianca Belair's prone body, and Deonna walks off, but Shotzi confronts her, and Shotzi gets in Deonna's face, but Deonna says she has no beef with Shotzi Blackheart right now, and she just walks past her. But surprisingly, Scarlett slides in the ring. She just stands over Mia Yim and Bianca Belair's fallen bodies, and Shotzi watches from the ramp. So Deonna Purrazzo getting a little bit of a measure of revenge against Mia Yim and also Bianca Belair, as Bianca gave her a KOD, was that last week or a couple weeks ago, and Deonna still had her beef with Mia Yim, so she got a little measure of revenge on both women here tonight. But Scarlett, again, she hasn't said a word, but she has her eyes set, seemingly on the NXT Intercontinental Championship. 54. In a decent match, Camille and Candice LeRae defeated Camilla Perez and Simone Johnson in 8:05 by pinfall when Candice LeRae pinned Simone Johnson with the Heartbreaker. Candice LeRae 60. Now that's what I love to see. Candice LeRae with the 60, Camille 54, Simone Johnson. And yes, this is the Simone Johnson, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's daughter. She got a 39, and Camilla Perez, the former Catalina, 47. And Simone was really off her game. Yeah, I signed Simone Johnson a few months back, and I put her into developmental. She had like 3 popularity, maybe. It was around, I won't say 3, but it was really, really low. And she's gone all the way up to around 38. So that's pretty good. And I've just changed the schedule in developmental so it'll be constant. So you have wrestlers wrestling almost every day, but doing them a world of good. And they have some even better in-ring stats than those on the main roster. So we'll see what happens, but Candice LeRae and Camille get some momentum. 47, not the greatest rating, but this is the story I want to tell. So Ray tells Jungle Kiona that she was right. She did beat her a few months ago. Candice says she's been stuck in mediocrity for some time. She's seen the likes of Bianca, Rhea, and Io pass her by. And Candice says that she lost it when it mattered the most. And that's why she needs to change. That's why she attacked Jungle. She's not going to let another person pass her by. This is the era of the Poison Pixie and Camille the Conqueror. They're going to win at all costs. Win, cheating, count out, whatever it is. They're going to win because a win is a win in their book, and they're going to make a promise that there won't be another woman on the roster that's going to be like them. That they won't be another woman on the roster. They promise that they won't be another woman on the roster. Candice says that this isn't going to be the happy-go-lucky, smiley baby face that they see, or just some emo Candice. This is just Candice LeRae, and she knows that she can be anyone on her worst day, especially Jungle Kiona. So Camille and Candice LeRae leave. So yeah, a little bit of a character change for Candice LeRae. She's not going to be this old emo heel or this happy-go-lucky babyface. She's going to be Candice LeRae. Well, she's going to be still a heel, but she recognizes her shortcomings, and she thinks that this has to be an attitude change because she lost to Charlotte, she lost to Bianca, she lost at the War Games match. And she says that she needs to change her character. And she knows that she was wrestling with men on the indies. And she knows that she can beat any woman on the roster. And she just has to have that realization. So that's why she attacked Jungle Kiona. Because she's not going to let another quote-unquote up-and-comer pass her by. 54. So Tyler Breeze stands in the ring and says he thought that being champion would be special. But he calls it passé. He calls it boring. He says this title is ugly and doesn't fit his image. Tyler says from now on, he will build the title in his image, and no one can do anything about that. Trent Seven comes out, and Tyler tells Trent to get lost and to stop spying on his goal. Trent says, "Oh, I'm not here for you, but I'm out here for him." And as he says this, Jake Ellis attacks Tyler Breeze from behind. This is a Jake Ellis we've never seen before. Someone more vicious, more angry. Jake pounces on Tyler and hits him with hard shot after hard shot. And Tyler escapes the ring. And Jake says, if you won't give Trent a shot, how about you give me one? And Jake drops the mic. So all this tormenting that Tyler Breeze has done is caught up to him in the form of Jake Atlas. 56. Okay, that was better than I thought it was going to be. In a decent match, Dexter Lumis defeated Shane Thorne at 7:57 by pinfall of the Shawshank. Okay, Dexter Lumis 56, Shane Thorne 46. 57. Ricky and Brian Cage come down to the ring after Dexter's match. Ricky tells Dexter that he's all alone and there's no one here to save him. Brian Cage says, "You know what that means? You're finished, freak." Dexter leaps from the ring to the apron and hits he's in the ring and he leaps onto the apron, hitting Ricky Stark. Brian Cage uses this and gets in the ring and jumps on Dexter. Brian Cage then gives Dexter Lumis a drill claw, goodness. Brian Cage and Ricky Stark stand tall over Dexter Lumis. So it seems like they took out Chris Bay, and now Dexter Lumis is all alone, having to face Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. 66. Great match. In a decent match, FTR defeated Mansoor and Jeet Rama at 9:46 when Casual pinned Jeet Rama with the Shatter Machine. I think No Style is going to be good from here on out, because Dax Harwood 76, Casualer 72, Jeet Rama 53, Mansoor 39. 75. FTR pick up the win here tonight, but the Guitar Heroes come out. Anthony and Rick have a match here tonight and is against Top Flight and it's up next. Anthony tells FTR, "You think that was impressive? Watch this." And Ricky then slaps the title on Cash's shoulder and says, "We'll be coming for those will be ours in a couple days, because we're coming for them." Guitar Heroes make their way down the ring all serious. No guitar strumming here tonight for their match against Top Flight. So Guitar Heroes are showing FTR that they weren't phased since Rick Boogs lost to Cash Wheeler last week. And they're saying that you might be in us here this week, but that won't stop us on our quest to win the NXT Tag Team Championships. And that's what Guitar Heroes are saying, that they belong in this division and they can be serious when they want to. 48. And about the hat, they didn't have much heat but terrible wrestling. Guitar Heroes defeated Top Flight at 9:52 when Anthony Green defeated Dante Martin with the D1. Anthony Green carried in terms of in-ring performance. Anthony 52, Riggs 37, Dante 32, and Darius with the 40. So decent match, giving Guitar Heroes the momentum. 64, that's what I like to see. So Tony comes out after the commercial break and says she needs to get this monkey off her back, that she needs to right every wrong in her past except Kaylee Ray. That's not right. It's supposed to be RIGHT. But I was writing it fast. Tony says that this isn't a challenge, but a warning to Kaylee Ray that she better watch out. Kaylee Ray says beating Tony will do wonders for her in NXT and accepts her challenge. But Kaylee Ray tells Tony that it's going to be the same result as it was in NXT UK. Alison Kay surprisingly comes out and she says she doesn't want to intrude on the little petty rivalry, but she needs to do something. She tells Thunder Rosa that they shouldn't wait till TakeOver. And Rosa hops the barricade and gets in the ring, and Kay says, "This who's the hottest wrestler in the division is? Thunder Rosa?" And Thunder takes offense to this because Thunder has been getting some momentum as of late, so she slaps Alison Kay. Alison Kay drops Rosa with the mic on the top of her head, and Rosa starts to bleed. And Kay is shocked that she holds her hands in her hair. She leaves the ring in complete shock and denial of just what she did. So Alison Kay might have just crossed the line unintentionally or intentionally. Whatever she did, she just made Thunder Rosa bleed. And if you know in wrestling, if a wrestler bleeds, you know it's serious. 65. In a decent match, Bandito defeated Mike Kanellis and 501 by pinfall at the Revolution Fly. Bandito, my goodness, 75. Mike Kanellis, 45. 73. So Roderick, Bobby, and Finn come down to the ring, and Finn tells Bandito, "You didn't answer the Prince. You made me wait. Bad move for you, Band." Band snatches the mic away and tells Finn, "After all these weeks of us going back and forth, we can have our match. You can have your match at TakeOver." He drops the mic, but before he leaves, he gives Finn Balor a little gift in the surprise of an insecurity knocking him down. Bandito dashes out the ring, a la what happened last week. Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish tell Bandito to come back to the ring if he's really a man. So Bandito gets a 1-up on Finn Balor once again. 68. Okay, I can live with that. And about that had great heat and good wrestling. Kyle O'Reilly defeated Matt Sydal in 2010 by submission with the ankle lock. Kyle O'Reilly 66, Matt Sydal 66. Great main event, I was hoping for a green, but that's pretty good. 68. Johnny goes up to Kyle after an in-ring classic between him and Matt Sydal. It was a great match, not an in-ring classic, but Johnny says this is the Kyle he needs to see at TakeOver, not Finn's lackey. Kyle tells Johnny that he never left, and he'll recognize that TakeOver. So Johnny says, what happened to this Kyle O'Reilly that was the world champion back in Ring of Honor? And Kyle says, I've never left. I've always been here. And he'll show Johnny at TakeOver. 70. So Gable comes down to the ring and calls out Swerve for their face-off, and Swerve comes out. Gable goes to speak, but Swerve cuts him off saying, let's cut to the point. The title is all that matters to me right now. You have it. This is my first chance at an opportunity like this, and best believe I'm not going to blow it. All these years of hard work is finally going to pay off, and TakeOver, it's just going to be the receipt. Chad says, let me tell you something, Swerve. I have a lot of respect for you. I followed your career from MLW to Lucha Underground to here in NXT. Was he really in MLW? I don't know. But you're one of the best in the world. The thing is, people must have forgotten that I am the best. I'm the one that pinned Karrion Kross's shoulders on the match. I'm the first one to pin him here in NXT. People like Finn and Karrion think that this is their show. No, this is my brand because I hold this. People still don't look at me as the champion at TakeOver. I'll make them recognize that legacy wasn't a fluke. I'll prove to them that I'm one of the best in and out of this ring. And then he continues, says, I've been champ for almost a month, and people still treat me like any other guy. Swerve tells Chad, that's where you're wrong. People like Cross and Finn are gunning for your spot because they know that you're one of the best technical wrestlers in the world. Quit thinking yourself as the underdog. That's why Cross and King underestimated you, and best believe me, I won't do that. I won't do that again. He won't not do that again, but best believe that I won't do that. Swerve says, you're so hurt because you didn't make it in the E and you still see yourself as less than. Swerve says, my persona, my rap, my style of wrestling is all me. I will win because I'm Swerve Scott, not some Angle wannabe. So Isaiah Swerve Scott trying to cut in a little deep there on Chad Gable. Gable says, this may be your house, but this is my title. I won't lose to you or anyone else for that matter. Chad says that I'm going to send you back to the mid-card purgatory and drops the mic. So, it looks like two men had a little stuff to get up off their shoulders, off their chest. These two men have respect for one another, but what they're saying is that respect won't get in the way of them possibly winning the match at TakeOver. And that's what championship matches are all about. Opponents can respect one another, but when it comes to the gold, it's all about winning the gold. So a good, decent show here tonight. Big Show debuted. Charlotte and Dakota Kai had their little contract signing. Chad Gable and Isaiah Swerve Scott. Those two finally faced off. Finn Balor got one-upped again by Bandito. Guitar Hero showing the FTR that they're not jokes and that they do belong here in the NXT Tag Division. We had a deep dive into the Wolves. So, pretty good show. And the matches have been pretty good with the no style product settings. And let's see what the rating is. Probably 75. 77. Better than I thought it was going to be. So tell me what you thought down below. And I'll see you when I see you. Have a blessed one. Peace.